All right, we are now live. Hi, I'm Kara858, and today we're playing episode 8 of It's Our World. As always, here at the Cookout, we like to give love and support to different individuals in the community. We like to give shout outs to different Twitch channels, different YouTubes, different content creators out there. Therefore, you could give them a shot, perhaps take a look at their content, and give them a follow. First, we'd like to give a shout out for, as always, she's a great individual. Her name is Melee Damage. She does quite a bit of different content, from Vampire the Masquerade to D&D. Funny enough, her D&D series just recently and on The Darkened Wish. She's a great individual overall. She does sing on Spotify, and she does content even on Twitter. You can follow her on Twitter as well. So if you can, support her on her endeavors, because she's a great individual overall. The second person we'd like to give a shout out for is actually a brand new TTRPG channel called Initial Roll. A good friend of ours named Ursa. He's one of the players on that channel. He plays this unique halfling artificer. Which has a lot of spunk, a lot of personality, in a very small package. Initial Roll also just recently obtained more than 50 subscribers, which means they probably 50 followers, which means they probably just hit the affiliate aspect. So definitely would like to give congratulations on that as they continue to obtain success, building more TTRPG channels on their shows. So if you can, give Initial Roll a follow and support them on their endeavors. And lastly, we would like to give a shout out for Q Times. Q Times, for those who don't know, is a TTRPG pretty much content creator. Think of them as like Fox, not Fox. We're not going to say Fox. Maybe HBO Max of TTRPG channels. They do a whole bunch of different shows on there, from Vampire the Masquerade to Pathfinder to D&D, and multiple different smaller properties out there. That's where you will be able to see Melee Damage. You'll see individuals like B. Dave Walters. You'll see Sam Levity, so forth and so on. They're just a great channel overall, and they're trying to obtain partner as well. So if you can, definitely go ahead and support them on their channels. And like I said, hopefully we can see them succeed in the future. So with that said, we'll go ahead and get started introducing our players here, discussing their possible projects as well as social medias that they have in place. As always, we'll start first with Nezra. Nezra, would you like to talk a little bit about yourself? You talk about your social medias, any projects you have in the near future.
Hey, my name is Aaron. I do Nezra, the completely normal human, completely normal cleric. I am Wanderer Text on Twitter and Point One Not in the chat on Twitch. So you can catch me there.
Fantastic. Next, we'd like to introduce is our monk that likes to eat only 3 grapes a day. Nuvia, would you like to talk a little bit about yourself, any social media projects, as well as social media content, any projects you have in the near future?
Sure. Hello, everyone. I am. You can find me on Twitter at Big Dudery, where I share commentary on things sometimes, some days, and I am looking forward to a peaceful and happy game.
Narrator voice. I don't think that's going to happen. But nevertheless, we'll go ahead and move down to the bottom. Is this one of our players, Serena? Unfortunately, she was having camera issues today, so she'll have her camera off for today. But fortunately, she will be here playing with the rest of us. So, Ms. would you like to talk a little bit about yourself, your social medias, any projects you have going on in the future?
Yeah, so hi everyone, my name is Mimsy Morgan, whichever you prefer. I'm still working on the Etsy shop project that I talked about a few times already. It's almost ready to go, I think, but when that happens, I'll be sure to send Kira those links.
Fantastic. And we definitely will post those in our Discord. So that therefore, if you want to support Mimsy on her Etsy, once when it becomes available, you can go ahead and give it a shot. Next, we would like to introduce our DM, Fell Flames. Fell Flames, like to talk a little bit about yourself, your social media, as well as any projects you have going on in the future.
Hello. I'm still writing words, which is good. I'm Fell Flames or Zach. You can find me online places at this handle. we're going to have a very, very peaceful episode that does not end with any trains, probably. But it might.
For those who don't recall, we one of our members, Karen, a fox, was attacked not too long ago. So the likelihood of this going in any way, shape, or form peaceful is relatively slim. But nevertheless, last but not least, we are a great friend here, Adrian B, playing Achilles. Achilles, you like to talk a little bit about yourself, any projects you have going on, and plug any social medias.
Sure thing. Yeah. Hi, guys. I'm Adrian Bear, and as Kira said, I'm playing Achilles. And you can find me on Twitter and very soon on YouTube and Twitch under the same handle of The Bear Pen. That's pen with an H at the end, PENH. Yeah, so in the process of setting some stuff up for also running tabletop RPGs, doing little weekly 10-minute astrology things, doing some audiobook reading while a friend of mine draws. So a whole bunch of different content, and I'll probably be playing some video games occasionally too. So I'm busy setting all that up, and I'm super looking forward to it. And it's kind of funny you mentioned May earlier, because I was just speaking to Luis Carasso this morning, and we were just talking about Hunters Entertainment. Both he and May are on Hunters Entertainment channel.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys haven't had a chance to check out some of their dope content, it's really, really amazing. Like both Luis and May were in an Altered Carbon thing that was run by Xander Genre, and both Luis and May are in their new Outbreak Undead Rag and Bone series,
Mm-hmm.
and so far, dope AF. We'll just put it there. So, check out Hunters Entertainment, guys. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, that is true. I forgot that they also have that channel was represented as well. So thank you so much, Achilles, for bringing that in. As for myself, I am Kira858. I'm an art streamer as well as doing TTRPGs, even though the art has been slowed down on a bit. Been preparing for an upcoming project that may be starting in the near future. I do know that we are having a session 0 relatively soon. So hopefully, once with that is underway, we can also be able to get back to our regular art stream programs. With that said, we will go ahead and bring in our introduction video for episode 8 of It's Our World.
Start.
I think it might be on. I've been going for a bit.
And we are now back. So we're starting our course with episode 8 of It's Our World. Fell Flames, take it away.
So where we had last left off, the party was split between 2 different locations. There were the people who had gone to go see Duranga over at the entrance to the peak in the north of Bastion. And that was one part of the party. The other group of people had gone to investigate what may have happened to Lady Celia and her family, and see about making sure that she got out of the city safely, which is how some unfortunate circumstances befell our dear Catherine, who is now very upset at this moment and curled up to Achilles very closely, which I am certain everyone is dying to know what goes on with that leg of the journey, which is why we're going to start with the people who are talking with Drong. And you all eventually I've now set a pattern, and I'm gonna break that pattern, and you guys are gonna be like, wait, what? No cliffhanger? That's gonna be fun. So you all come to Doranga's hut, which is actually quite noticeable because not that too many things are built nearby the peaks. It sort of sits as an island on its own, very close to the entrance to the peaks. You can see the peaks, as they say it, is like a short bridge that goes over a very small stream and is built a little bit into the rocks to give you a somewhat steep up climb onto the rocks of the mountain. And then at that point, you can see what appears to be some sort of a path, but no road or any sort of constructed thing that leads you up the mountain. Duranga is actually sitting on a chair, a rocking chair, rocking back and forth outside of his cabin. So he doesn't say anything, but as you all approach, you can see him waving to you.
Ikaro will look up at Nuvian and say, "So, I guess you ready?"
I am. Are you all right?
Yes, I think so. I'm wondering if we talk to him about this, if we'll get him in trouble.
It is possible, but I doubt someone as old as him would do something that he wasn't prepared for the consequences for.
Yeah, that's right. Well, if things go worse, maybe he could join us.
Perhaps, but I believe he has his own reasons for sitting things out.
Okay, I just don't want him to get attacked by himself, and then he has to fight off armies and then dragons and other things.
Perhaps. Are you prepared, though? It appears that our enemy is gathering dragons. Are you ready to do what must be done if you have to?
I think so. I don't like this place. This is not like home.
A lot of people will be very different here. I don't believe Mother would have explained much about mortals to you, but they can be selfish.
Yeah. We should make a change here. I want to make a change here. Maybe.
But it is also not our place to change people if they do not want to be changed.
But they shouldn't like kidnap dragons and such too. That's not right.
They should not. It is not. But I believe that is enough wondering what will happen. I don't wish to keep him waiting. Are you prepared?
He nods. And then kind of like straighten himself up a bit. And then makes his way over to Duraga. And then as he approaches relatively close, he gives a nice deep bow, placing his fist into his palm. And then gives a low, about 60 degree as a sign of respect, and says, Greetings, it's great to see you again.
Hello, young one. And he will sort of pat you on the shoulder, and Duranga is looking at you, but he seemingly is speaking to Nuvian when he says, "And what makes you so certain that their path is the right one, even if it's what they want?"
I don't believe we will know what path is right or not until we've reached its end.
Perhaps not.
It is nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. Though I might caution you that when you come to the ending moment and discover that you're on the wrong path, you might at least hope that when you've got there, you've done everything you could to see that you avoided it.
You remind me a bit of my father with that comment, but I'm not going to bore you with stories. Do you have time to speak with us?
Of course. I have a few more chairs inside. Would you like to sit?
That would be good.
And he opens the door, and you actually hear other people speaking. And then he says, "Oh, you'll excuse me. I do have a couple others of company, but you may speak freely."
Ikara kind of looks up at Nuvi and says, "I wonder why he said that sounded familiar. That was what Father said."
Yes. I found that a lot of monks will speak that way. It was very annoying when I was training, but it makes sense as you get older.
He nods as he makes his way inside the inn. Who do we see inside?
Inside, you see two people who have very sort of like brownish but shiny and like a coppery tint to their hair. One male and one female. And as you both walk in, they look at each of you and then incline their head slightly. And the male reaches out his hand and he says, "My name is Barano. A pleasure to meet you. This is my sister."
Sorry, 1 second. Time for the notes. Barrett, no. Okay. I'll probably get the spelling all wrong, but we'll see.
Nuvian will reach out and take the hand. It's nice to meet you. I am Nuvian, and this is my younger brother, Ikara.
It's a pleasure.
A pleasure.
He looks over to Durang and says, Are you all part of the same lineage? Like learning the same arts?"
Oh. He sort of chuckles a bit. Well, I suppose you could say so, and it wouldn't be too far off, but not exactly.
So you follow similar paths, then.
Different paths. But I would say we have similar beliefs.
Ikara's going to look very cautiously at the two. Does it feel like, can he sense like a draconic essence of ki from them? Or something that gives the idea that these may be dragons in humanoid form?
Give me a religion check.
Ooh, okay. Okay. That's a -1. Oh, this is not going to be good. Okay. Oh, 18. All right, I'll take that. That is for a 17.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely something draconic about the energy around them. as there is of Duranga. Whether or not they're true dragons or just practitioners of a similar path would be difficult to say, but they definitely have a draconic essence to their key.
Hopefully, we're not intruding on you all this day.
No, come, sit, join us. If you'd require some time to yourself, we'd be happy to take a walk.
Wait,
Hmm.
where do you stay? Do you stay here or are you like me?
Berna sort of leans forward and he says, much closer than you might think.
And you can tell there's like a bit of a smile that kind of like creeps on his face because he's like, I think these are dragons. I think these are dragons. But he's not. He's cute. He's still trying to keep it to himself, like because he's not 100% certain. But even in his reservation, he can't control his tail, and his tail starts to wag a bit more happily behind him. He says, "Where do you stay?"
Typically a bit closer to the coastline. My sister and I are both big fans of beach houses in that sort of a climate.
Will you be here long, or will you go back to the coast?
I'm not certain yet.
Is there some way I could talk to you in case we have to leave soon?
Well, until we are gone, you may find my sister and I here.
Okay.
Was there something that you had need of in the immediate sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they kidnapped my cousin, and we're trying to figure out what's going on.
We were hoping that Duranga could give us more insight into exactly why he and the Dragon Riders don't see eye to eye.
So this is a very fortuitous meeting. Duranga kind of like folds his arms, leans back against the wall, taking some of the load off of his bones, and Barano gestures to some of the other chairs and says, perhaps you should sit.
And Nuveen will take a seat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Karo was sitting right next to him. His tail is still wagging really happily, but
Hmm. The dragon riders' methods of protecting themselves can be a bit untoward.
In what way?
You can see that the woman next to him makes a very like snake-like hiss, which sounds extremely weird coming from a human mouth. And he says, well, there are some people who do not like to be controlled. And where those people do not want to be controlled, certain kinds of people have a tendency to assert themselves with magical means.
And would those people be using their ability to coerce allegiance from their allies, so to speak?
The coercion forms a deeper bond than you can probably imagine. much more insidious.
So the dragon riders are not nice.
Perhaps they were once, but not anymore.
Hey, there's definitely a low growl, similar to Nuvia would definitely recognize. It's a growl that his mom would do. Their mom would do when she's relatively upset. That definitely passed on to kid to the baby boy, and he growls a bit as he kind of was thinking about how this can transition. He says, Nuvian, they're trying to do that to Celebi.
I'm aware
Yeah.
of the current dragon riders that do not have partners. What exactly happened to their last partners? Do you know?
My sister and I both had our riders killed in a grand accident, or perhaps a plot. I can't be certain. In a coastal area not far from here.
Interesting. And you did not take a new ally?
Once my rider had perished, my will was freed after I finished experiencing the crushing pain associated with that break.
I see.
I'm sorry they did that to you.
Me too. The best that I can describe it is that it is the merging of two souls.
I wouldn't call it a merging if it's not consensual, but I suppose that is semantics. Is there anything else you can tell us about the Dragon Riders?
I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have in specificity, though my memory of my bound time remains a bit hazy for the moment.
Do you know
Since
how long the process takes?
to force two souls to be bound,
Yes.
it varies depending on the ferocity with which the dragon is willing to fight.
See?
How can
Anywhere from 3 days to a year, perhaps more.
What's when it's done? Is there any way we can free them?
Killing their bound rider.
Hmm.
Once the crushing experience of the splitting of souls is complete, they will be free. Or at least as free as one can be.
Does the Dragon Riders work with Archon Mardinal?
Archon Mardinald. He and his sister kind of like look at each other back and forth. It sounds familiar, but I can't be certain.
He was the one that kidnapped Celebi, my cousin.
He sounds rather dreadful, though I'm sorry I don't know anything specific.
Mm. Mm.
The current dragons with partners, are you able to contact them?
I suppose anyone would be able to contact them, and he looks up at the roof. If they were able to make it to the top, though, I believe the place is well guarded.
Would there be a way to speak to them freely?
No, their souls are bound. You seem like a learned man. I assume that you can consider what that might mean for someone under that spell.
How could they do that to an ancient dragon?
Well, by doing so when they are very young.
Oh. He's been like that for a long time.
Indeed.
I don't like this, Nubian.
I do not either. Duranga, do you not act against them because you are unable or because you do not want to?
Well, to be honest with you, kid, the only reason I've amassed the power that I have is because I've collected the resident key of this area over a long period of time. I'm not certain that I could match one of them if I tried, let alone 3.
Well, I'm not gonna step by and allow that to happen. After I rescue my cousin Celebi, I'm gonna freeze him. Because dragons need to be free. We should be free. We shouldn't
Be very careful if you intend to go up to the fortress on the top of the peaks.
Do you know where
Not
they...
many people know. Go ahead.
Do you know where they take those when they try to merge their souls? Maybe that's where they have Celebi.
To the fortress atop the peaks. If you do go up there, you must be very, very careful. I can see that you and your brother have some power about you, but you are not ready to challenge them. Certainly not yet. The Archon the eldest, the dragon, is ridden by an old half-elf warlock, a mage of great power. Those two souls being merged together, I frankly am not even certain I can understand how much power they might wield together. Perhaps enough to destroy the continent.
What is his name?
The elf?
Mm-hmm.
I must confess, I don't know. It's a rather well kept secret. I only know that he exists because I've seen him.
Well, do you have any? What advice would you have for us to rescue our cousin? Because we can't let her be controlled.
Bring many friends with you and hope that some of their power is of heroic proportions.
So we need allies. Should we call Mom? Oh, sorry, call? We don't have cell phones. Should we reach out to Mom? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Kind of like a call.
Yeah.
Ring, ring, mom, it's Akara.
Yeah. That's true. Forgot about that. Wait.
We could, but not yet. It would not be wise. We don't know enough, nor do we know exactly what our enemy is capable of. And bringing them more potential targets would be disastrous.
I will say, when you can gather more allies and conclude in the formation of your plan, I will be one of your allies if you'll have me. Duranga says this, kind of leaning against the wall. And then Verano says, you will have 2 allies. And then he kind of looks over at his sister, and she's like, what? I have my own will. I'll think about it. Verano turns to you, and he apologizes, and he says, I'm sorry. My sister is not the friendliest with outsiders, and her mood was not improved by 120 years of servitude.
It's fine. She reminds me of a personal friend. When I was first beginning my training. But I do have a question that you all may know something about. I recently came across some information about a fruit that can only be accessed in a different plane from this one. Do you all know of any rumors of such a thing existing?
Everyone kind of shakes their head, and Berno says, I can't say that I do, although my memory is not fully intact. If that changes, I'll be certain to let you know.
I would be in your debt.
Do you happen to know of any other ones that may be captured besides Celebi? You said there were 3, and then we ran into a young dragon that was destroying a keep. Yesterday, right? Was it yesterday? Or 2 days ago? It was yesterday that happened, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 days?
2 days? 2 days? Okay.
Yeah.
2 days.
Because of the amount of time it takes to travel.
Gotcha. Yeah, it was 2 days ago. There was a young dragon it was a silver dragon like me, but they did not act like a silver dragon. They seemed very angry. And you said there were 3, but then there's this one. I'm wondering if that was Celebi or if it's somebody else.
I only know of 3. A young silver, an ancient silver, and an older gold.
Who's the young silver?
I'm sorry, I don't remember their names.
Oh, was it a male or a female?
I'm not certain.
Maybe that's the one that came by to attack instead of Celebi?
Duranga says they don't fully remember. They only know the colors of the dragons and their ages because we were just discussing that when you all arrived. Those details came from me. I've only seen 3 of them, but I have no idea how many others they might have ferreted away in the cavern, or perhaps even eggs.
It could be more. It's not good.
And are you 2 certain you're safe at the moment?
You can come to where I live. My family will protect you.
We are not safe here. I didn't mean to disappoint you with this, young one, but we intend to leave as soon as we can.
Oh, that's fine. Stay safe. If you need somebody to look for your backs, you can visit our family over in 1 second. Character details.
Kafaria.
Safaria, yes. Safaria. Um, you can search out for my mom.
Um,
My mom. Her name is Delinda.
I don't mean to disappoint you, but I've no idea where that is.
You never been there before?
No?
Will we have the ability to be able to recap how to get there since we traveled from there?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
potentially. You just came over on a boat.
Mm-hmm. So, what do we want to say?
Do we know the direction? Do we know the direction? Like northwest, southwest?
It'd be southwest, right?
I think it's
To the
southwest.
to the east of your current, yeah, to the east of your current landmass.
Oh, okay.
Travel east of here. I would recommend doing so as in your current forms, at least until you're a good deal away from this city. You should find a continent there. And I imagine your innate affinity for your kind will guide you, perhaps. And if you come across a monastery there, inform the guards that you were sent by Nuvian.
Eddie
And Ikara. And that should grant you at least a peaceful audience.
It is appreciated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about you, Duranga? Will you stay here?
Yes, I suppose I will for now. As long as they don't find out that Barano and Becerra were here, I will be just as safe in my home as I always have been, which is to say, moderately so.
Oh, I have one last question. And then he'll take out the dragon claw that we found back in the what was it? Not the crossroads. It was at the household where that Burgerdesh was, where we fought the Burgerdesh at. We found the dragon claw in the room.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "We found this not too far from here. Do you know what may have happened or who this may have belonged to?" And he'll hold up the dragon claw.
Barano takes it to inspect it in his hand a little more closely, while his sister hisses again. And he says, it looks like perhaps a red dragon scale? Or claw, rather.
The dragon riders targeting metallic dragons specifically.
In terms of those that they bind?
Yes.
That's my understanding. Though I confess, my memory is hazy.
Would Nuvian know what exactly? I believe they said the elf was a warlock, correct?
Yeah.
Would Nuvian know what a
Specifically.
warlock is specifically?
I'd say probably so. You're very old. Sorry, I didn't mean that in a bad way. You're old enough that I think it's pretty fair to assume that you've met at least one warlock and learned from them the basics of what it means to be a warlock.
You mentioned the elf was a warlock. Do we know what entity it has formed its deal with?
Perhaps I knew at one time, but I don't at the moment. I'm sorry.
I am concerned it may be a queen of chromatic dragons, especially if they're only targeting metallic dragons.
It's possible.
Well, hopefully it's not the Utis clan. That would be really bad. Uh, yeah, our family has a history with a red dragon clan. And I hope they're not here. That's the reason why we were trying to find Celebi to warn her, and just in case, because we heard that there may be someone from the Utis Red Clan come here and maybe try to attack her.
Well, I suppose it might not be that surprising if you have an old quarrel, as you say, but I apologize that this is the only answer I have for the moment, but I just can't be sure.
No, thank you. I just know now I have to be even more careful because our family rivals may be out here. He looks up at Nubian. Yeah, I had
One should always be careful when dealing with chromatics.
Very well. Well, what?
We thank you all for your time. I believe we should go and find our companions.
Be safe, and if you need anything from me, you can reach out to me. I'll be there to help. I promise.
I actually believe you. And then he looks to his sister, and you both watch as they just blink from sight and completely vanish.
That's cool. Bye-bye. Hopefully you stay safe. I guess we find the others, Nubian.
Yes, it is time for us to go. The Nubian will stand and mean to make his way out of the room.
Ikara will bow very low to Duraga as a farewell. Says, "Thank you again for that hope. I just hope Celebi can hold off a bit longer. We'll try our best. We'll be back. We're not gonna let this happen."
I almost forgot. I have a gift.
For me?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Okay. And he kind of his little feet comes stepping forward. His horns looking up. Oh, is it like how we are?
He goes to a corner and he pulls out these two breast tablets of medicine. You can see there's several of them in the in the drawer that he pulls out of more than two, but he pulls out two of them and holds out one in each hand to each of you.
Ikara will grab it, take it. What are these?
This is condensed dragon tea, pulled from the resonant air around here. Should you find yourself in a dire situation wherein your own key reserves are not enough, take this, and you will find your key completely restored for a short time.
Oh, wow.
And the Nubian will take one.
Thank you so much. This will help. And he kind of looks at his hand as the silver draconic essence, kind of like a dragon hand, kind of just wraps around the pill. And he just kind of looks to see how they symbolize one another. Says, "This is so cool. Thank you."
You are welcome. I should warn you, I've given one to each of you, but you should not both take. You should not, either of you, take both. This can be very strenuous on the body, even for some well-trained individuals as yourself. You should not take more than one per month.
Okay.
I thank you for your kindness.
You see he bows low, about 45 degrees.
And Uvino returned the bow.
Ikara does the same. But even though he does his bow, there still is a happiness in his tail wag. He received a lot of bad news, but it still being surrounded by fellow kin was definitely put a pep in his step. And with that, he kind of like walks out.
Serna, Nezra, Achilles.
Yeah.
You, I believe, were being chastised by a city guard for letting your fox run amok.
No, 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 no. He was gonna offer us some special medicine. I remember.
I
No
believe,
trouble.
I believe he had said that I need to be careful with my fox, and that some woman by the name, well, I thought it was woman, a person by the name of High Lord Melina Gerard, I can't read my own handwriting, had seized the house.
I will copy the name down for you. Melina Gerard.
Okay.
So Renee, you would recognize her name as the High Lord of Business and Commerce.
Yeah.
So Achilles is quietly seething because they heard Catherine. He's doing he's trying to contain his hands there, his fists, and he's just like,
He's almost about to take a level of barbarian accidentally.
just a little bit.
He's doing the Arthur hand.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Arthur hand.
And he says, Melina Gerard, you say? Right.
I did.
I see. Is there any reason why this person is? I mean, you know, I'm not a noble myself, but is there any reason why this house was seized? So we know.
I'm certain there's a very good reason, though I don't know it, and there's no trial ongoing here, so I don't feel obligated to say either.
I mean, sure. So Achilles kind of like looks towards Nezra and he looks towards Serena and says, well, shall we take our tea elsewhere?
I think that is an excellent idea, Achilles.
Sweet.
Ezra!
Oh, yes, of course. Not a problem. We can go elsewhere. Mr. What was the name of the guard? Did he give us a name already or no?
No. He said by order of the High Lord Melina Gerard, but did not give his own name.
Was there anything further, Mr. Sarge Smith?
No, I'm good. But I will say, each of you all have very memorable faces. And he turns to walk off.
I mean, I would say the same, but like, you know.
I think I'm pretty. Is he complimenting us, do you think?
Potentially.
I mean, it wasn't like not a compliment, you know?
I'm just saying, like, you know that I'm generally anti-violence, but we could have done a little bit more with that.
In the middle of the street, though, Nezra?
Well, We use our words, Serena. We use our words.
Oh, so you weren't talking about beating up that guard in the building.
No,
I
that comes
have a
later.
few words. It's called Firebolt. And
Nezra's like, I have a couple of words. Destroy and that guy.
Hey, Nezra would happily give you a full earful about what you did wrong as we're leading up to the penance required. Like, don't worry.
so,
Okay, so
what
do we do?
did you do? I mean,
Exactly.
we're sharing the same thought there.
Sorry, I forgot to turn off the mind link. My bad. Okay, so I'm thinking that going to House Murner is not going to be an option.
Right.
Yes.
So
I
it's
agree.
either do some recon to figure out more about the situation, or go meet up with Nuvian and Akara and sort things out with them afterwards. Hey, you know who I'd like to go see? Jerry.
You, Jonathan.
Jonathan.
He was quite.
Nizra said that in character. You make the same mistake I just made.
I think that's probably a good idea. He was quite knowledgeable about the goings on in town. I wouldn't mind stopping by the Yawning Tail and seeing Maria as well. She was quite a good source of information last time too.
So I'm thinking about in the city where we are. So we came in from the west gate, and if I remember correctly, the market is a little bit further south, or is it a little bit further? Yeah. So can we conceivably kind of swing down and then back up to the north easily enough?
While avoiding the noble quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I, as a player,
question.
have forgotten where Daniel and Lion Olim are. Where are they?
Daniel and I are with Nubian and
Yeah, they're
Ikara.
with them. Question, Zach.
They went along, but I didn't reference them much in their scene because they didn't go inside. Like,
Okay.
this guy did not have a very big house, and they had no
Mhm.
business there, so they were just kind of waiting outside.
They got their 5 minutes alone time off screen. Like 3 birds, 1 stone.
Well, her father was with them, but sure.
Doesn't say they can't take a walk.
Question. Given Serena's background, would she know of anybody who would have more information than, say, Jonathan or Maria from the tavern?
I mean,
Or Dave.
sure.
Dave.
If you wanted to go talk to some people from your background, you could probably learn more. I just don't know that Serena finds that to be a very desirable thing to go do.
Probably not.
But if you wanted to suffer a little bit of personal discomfort in the interest of information, that option is available to you.
Zach, we came to like a little tea shop in kind of the ritzier area. Is there somewhere else that would be a good information collecting spot? Like an upscale cafe or something? A bistro, if you will?
I mean, you can find that type of a place. I don't.
I'm just thinking the closer it is to House Murner, the more likely we are to get relevant information.
I see. I mean, yeah, there's businesses in that area, so it would require swinging back closer to the area you just left. But
Okay. I mean,
you could get like a block away and find similar sort of things without going like right back there. But
yeah.
it's kind of your call.
Serena, what do you think? I was thinking like just find a place here.
As much as it might pain me to suggest this, my family might know a little bit more.
Oh,
Well, you all heard what I said when we were trying to get into that workshop to help
Right.
of course,
Daniel
but
initially.
you didn't want to talk about it, so I wasn't going to talk about it.
Well, it just seems that trying to find information from people who what I'm trying to say is that my family might have connections and they may know more than the people that you are suggesting that we talk to.
Do you want to do this?
I don't know, but I feel that all of this might be a little bit bigger than just what my worries might be.
If it's something you're willing to do, and if you understand that we're more than happy to come with you and support you, then sure. But if it's going to be something that's going to make you feel really put out and not good, then maybe we could save it as an option too.
My family has already abandoned me, so that's not really the issue. But I just want to make sure that we know that that is an option, if that is where we wish to go with this.
If I were staring at Serena, what does her body language look like?
I would say she looks a little fidgety. Definitely looks like she got knocked down in her confidence.
I mean, I don't mind it as an option. I hate to see you go through any sort of, well, it's not fun retreading some of those old hurts. So, personally, I'm fine if we can avoid it, but honestly, I'm starving. Can we just pop into a cafe and get something to eat? And then we can think about it. I make poor decisions when I'm hungry.
All right.
Yes.
Sure,
Is-
sure.
is-
Yeah,
is-
let's do that.
Is Nezra hungry, or the player, or both?
Nezra is trying to use the pretense of hunger to give Serena time to decide whether she wants to do it or not.
Gotcha. I understand.
And
Okay.
also maybe get us to somewhere more closely local to House Murner.
Block
which-
away, that block further. What's the intention?
Like from where we just had our confrontation, like a block away from that, heading away from the house. If
Okay.
there's somewhere in there.
The thing that jumps out to you most is a ice cream shop where they
Yep.
take milk
Already there.
and can
Already
they
there.
take milk and condense it with some frost magic.
Oh my God, Serena!
Yeah.
You knew this existed? Come on. Achilles, ice cream. Yes?
What's ice cream?
Okay, here's the thing. I had it like one time, and it was so good. It's like milk and sweetness.
You know-
and very, very good.
You know, Nezra, you're kind of a bit of a wanderer.
Yeah.
You realize, like, this is the place. Like, when you had it the one time, it was here.
I forgot that it was even in this town. Oh my god, we got to go.
Maybe I forgot to
I-
mention it because it makes my stomach hurt after I eat it.
Oh.
So it's kind of like frozen butter. I'm not. How do you keep?
Catherine perks up a little bit.
Do you feed Catherine butter?
do you?
Well, I mean, she has her own mind, like
all
but-
butter diet?
I don't think that's very healthy for an actual fox.
Well, she's a spirit. so she kind of eats what she
Well,
likes.
Spirit butter?
You see like a big image of Serena's face pop into your view as Catherine looks over at her and glares.
Ice cream. Iced cream.
All right, let's try this ice cream. Would you like to eat some ice cream, Catherine? You've had a day. I guess we're feeding Catherine ice cream
Iced with a D on the end. Iced
with
cream.
a D in the end.
Yeah.
You like a bit of D in the end. An iced cream. Let's go and get an ice cream.
Wrong character. So I would like to enter rather like, don't get me wrong, Nezra excited about ice cream, but also a lot of it is she's trying to control like the emotional scene around her. So she's trying to give Serena an out, and she's also trying to make a bit of an entrance so that she can use like whoever might be in there to gain more information as well. So she's gonna come in, all smiles, very happy, make a bit of a noise at the door so that people are immediately interested, and then when they lose interest, she's gonna try to eavesdrop.
Why, hello, welcome to Frosty's Ice Cream. You're very welcome here. What can we do for you?
Oh, God. Okay, so the last time I was here, it has been a while, but you had like this raspberry sauce?
Oh, easy. And you can see that there is about 3 different people, and they all have like these mixtures of like cream, and they sprinkle other stuff into it, and then you just see like basically icicles coming from their hand as they sort of form it up into like one little ball, and then sprinkle some stuff over the top of it, or like add a sauce over the top of it. And you see the man who was talking to you does that, and adds a raspberry sauce to it, and then he says, "That'll be 1 gold piece."
I happily pay it. Oh, actually,
It's magical nitro ice cream. It's great.
I will. I think I've got very little money, but I'll take care of theirs as well.
Oh, what would you 2 like?
What do you want there, Catherine? What do you have? I've never had this product before.
He lists a couple different things. He's like, well, we got the raspberry sauce, we've got the chocolate, we've got, well, there's this one that's kind of popular called a fruit basket. And when he says that, you see Catherine goes,
She like nods.
Apparently, we're going to have the fruit basket.
"Oh, certainly. 1 gold for that one as well. You're very welcome."
The gold around the table.
He sort of like forms it up as he continues talking and looks to Serena for what the other order will be.
Oh, I'm not going to have any.
Oh, you'll love it. Just try some.
It makes my stomach hurt when I eat it.
Oh, I have just the thing for you.
You'll
And
love
he'll go and he like sort of forms it up, and it's plain vanilla, but he hands it to you and he says, "Strangest thing. Turns out you can kind of make it from almonds. It's a little bit experimental, but like kind of works."
The almonds don't have. They have. I mean, that's
Yeah,
just.
no, it's more of like a water almond puree sort of mixture, and you just gotta
Oh,
form it up right, and it's good. Trust
well,
me.
I do like almonds, so.
That sounds quite good, actually. But all right. Are there other people in the store? Like a lot of other people.
I wouldn't say like a lot, but there's probably like 6 other people who you can tell are kind of more on the younger end of the nobility, like the sort of like young misters sort of thing. Probably most of the people in here in the 13 to 18 range.
Achilles wouldn't necessarily know what he's looking for, but as we were walking here or walking to this area, could I have had Catherine scanning around for anyone potentially pickpocketing?
I'll say yes, but you don't need to roll. She doesn't notice anything.
Okay. Fair enough.
So as I'm handing over the... Oh, so sorry.
Achilles is gonna take a little taste of the ice cream and say, that's quite good, really. I quite like that.
While you pull it back to
It's up
inspect
to you.
it, Catherine just goes,
Yeah. I mean, like I said, she's a spirit. If this was like a regular dog, I don't think I would share, because like, you know what dogs do. Like, I mean, you've seen, I love dogs, don't get me wrong, but they do clean themselves in a way you wouldn't want to share food with a dog, is all I'm saying. Anyway, here, yes, you can have some more, Catherine.
Sitting
Is
your
it possible to
farm
share
boy.
a really awkward look with the blind man? Because I'm just like, I'm just like,
Someone is probably like 82, like, well, you were raised on a farm. I think I wouldn't peg you to be somebody who is concerned about germs.
Well, cleanliness is next to godliness, they say. And I mean, sure, I've helped birth a couple of goats and, calves from people's cows and I'm a blacksmith, so I'm used to getting dirty. But, let's just say I learned how to do prestidigitation for a reason.
Ah. Well, it's so little weird. But...
I think I see a table over here. Just gonna try and put him...
As you all had been, having that short conversation there, Achilles, you, refocus on Catherine's sight, and you realize she's already ate, half the bowl as you all were talking for, 15 seconds there.
I've had 2 bites out of that, Well, you might consider sharing occasionally. It just sort of gently ruffles her head.
So when I pay the 3 gold to the guy behind the counter, I do want to chat with him just a bit. Oh, so sorry. I didn't catch your name.
Oh, it's...
Oh, no.
Swear to God, if it's
I really just want to
Gerard or
keep...
Gerald.
I really want to keep using the same name. Just everybody's named Jonathan.
Every stream vendor is Jonathan.
Yeah, it's just
This is
the
Johnny,
most popular.
and
It's
there's
the most
John,
popular name
John
is
with an
just,
H.
Johnny.
I'm Julie.
Well, my friends call me KJ. You can too, I guess.
Ah, KJ. Hey, I have a bit of a question. I was going to go. I actually almost missed your shop. I was going to go up the street. I was supposed to meet some friends a little further north from here. There's some sort of big, I don't know, kerfluffle going on up there. And we got turned around. That's why we came for ice cream, is because we had to figure out another way to get around this part of the city. Do you know what's going on?
Oh, no, I haven't heard anything about a kerfuffle. But what is it?
I don't know. There's a bunch of guards and...
What does a
something about
kerfuffle mean?
House. Marner? Maybe?
Marner.
Was it Morner?
Doesn't
Murner,
sound
maybe?
familiar. Oh, the Myrna residence. Yeah, it's up that way.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just looked like a lot of guards, a lot of people. Not a good vibe. Let me say. We turned around.
I doubt it. Between you and me,
Yes.
not the wealthiest of noble families, so...
It seems like that would cause less attention than... No?
That's what I'm saying. You must have been mistaken. There's no way there's a lot of guards hanging around there.
I mean, poke your head out. You could probably see some from here. It was crazy. There was a million of them. Million is, of course, an exaggeration.
I've got a sort of important job to do here.
The most
just
important job in the city.
I can't
not-
just be
you're
poking
not
my
giving
head out.
Yeah, no. It's all good. Thank you. And thank you for this delicious ice cream. Oh my god. You ever considered walnuts? Do you have walnuts?
Who we have? Hey, she's asking if we've got what? Yeah, we've got walnuts. Come on.
You're the best person in line. Next time. Okay, I will go join them at the table, and I'm going to try to eavesdrop on the literal teens.
You don't need to. You see one of them who is probably a 13 or 14 year old girl comes over to talk to you.
Yeah.
I heard you talking about the Murners.
Yes, I was very curious as to what's going on over there.
Well, I know what happened.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. I mean,
Yes, I do.
Mr. KJ did not know. There's no way you know.
That guy doesn't know anything.
No?
Definitely
gotta-
Okay, fine. What happened?
Ice cream. So,
Listen to our little friend
He doesn't
here.
know how to make ice cream. But I know what happened, even though it's a secret.
Why is it a secret?
Well, what are you going to do for me if I tell you?
would you like some cuddles from Catherine?
See, that almost went a very weird place, and I'm glad we salvaged it back to the fox.
Oh
I mean,
no!
I don't know this person, but Catherine, on the other hand, she's delightful.
If y'all don't
Let's-
get your minds out of the gutter, we are shutting this episode down.
Oh no! It's like, Serena's
No,
like,
my
or
fault.
if you
You
would like
started it.
Cog, and she'll point to Cog on, like, on the ground.
She's like, I think I like the fox better. Sorry.
He's also a fox.
Yeah, that's not a fox. That's like a weird metal thing.
Somebody else talk to her right now before I do something.
You're gonna hurt me.
Okay.
So Catherine will jump up and sit by the girl.
Well, this is pretty cool, but like, what else?
Um,
You got any like cool magic stuff?
Do I have
no,
stuff for you?
none.
Because my mom doesn't let me have magic stuff, but magic stuff is pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Would he lie to? No, he wouldn't lie to a kid, but he would tease them. This is difficult.
Half of me wants to give her my bag of holding.
With everything contained in it currently.
No, I would take everything out just to like scare her.
One.
Like, hold on, we've got a lot of dead dogs in here.
I tell you what, I can guarantee an ice cream, but if your information is actually good, I think we've got some stuff that would be very interesting to you.
How do I know that I can trust you?
Either way, you get the ice cream.
That's nothing.
No? How do I know I can trust you?
Well, because
Because.
because I have the information.
Make an insight check on this child to see how much they're wasting my time.
Go ahead. That's completely fair.
I
14.
have. I will let you have first.
So she definitely seems like one of the richest kids in here. Sort of flaunting the jewelry quite a bit, despite being one of the younger ones as well.
I do have something like, but you know, it might be something that's that I don't really want to give away, like, but you know, it's fine, but this is something that you can use once a day, And it's more just for fun, really. But it was a bit of a trinket. And Achilles will take out one arrow and put it in her hand. Now, I want you to concentrate really, really hard. And I will expend one of my psychic psionic dice to make it float.
Whoa. Am I doing that?
You are indeed. And like I said, once a day though, and you've got to concentrate really hard. But if you try too hard, you'll give yourself a headache. So, there's a fine balance.
That's cool.
And he will pluck it back out of there. But, if that's not good enough, that's pretty much all I have, really.
Well, no, that's pretty cool.
Catherine will start doing like little biscuits on her back.
But you said you don't know if you want to part with it. Are you sure? Because maybe that would work.
I mean, what do you think?
I don't know.
I don't think
Floating arrows.
I don't think she has information that's worth giving that up.
Can we just give her money or something?
I don't think she needs money. Look at her.
Tell you what. I'll part with it. Here you go.
Achilles.
My dad is an Archon, and my father said that the Murner family, the whole family, is going to stand trial for high crimes and misdemeanors.
So are they like under
Treason?
house arrest or in prison
Or murder, something like that. They're standing trial.
Who's your dad?
Hmm?
Who's your dad?
Oh, he's one of the 7 Archons.
Yeah, but like, who is he? What's his name?
Well, I'm not telling you that until you give me the arrow.
Wait, here you go. You can have it.
Archon Mardinold. And then she walks off.
Great, excellent.
I mean, for a moment I
No,
kind
no,
of
no.
felt bad about lying to her, but now I don't. It's
Yeah. Does like the girl like just leave?
Yeah, she left.
She walks back over to a couple of her friends, and you can see they are one other noble girl and 2 noble gentlemen, and the gentlemen are wearing swords on their hips.
Mm.
I'm not.
In broad daylight, which is like some assessment of rank.
Mm.
Well, I think we're in a bit of a pickle here. Do we, A, go try and speak to somebody who might know where or if they would be held somewhere, or B, go and find the lads and Elia and then regroup?
In my opinion, I think there's a certain number of strength, a certain amount of strength in numbers, and yeah, honestly, Nubian's amazing at finding things. So even if we can't find somebody who knows where it is, Nubian will find it anyway.
It's kind of
going to
like-
be true. Yes.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, if you want
Walking
something to be found, having Nubian around is.
All right, well,
As we're walking out the door, or like, are you still talking in the room?
oh no, we're leaving now, right?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
ready to leave. Yes.
After we get out of the door, I'm gonna be like, really glad that option C was not on the table. Okay, I'm good.
I might be a little bit happy that it isn't either, but if we need to, we can. And then she's gonna walk off, not even like knowing where she's going. She just like walks off.
Oh dear.
So I think we're just going to go find them, take the long way around the noble side.
I will say through coincidence, serendipity, or whatever might be required, you all are
Where's
able to
God?
meet up with each other.
We'll state that when you see Nuvian, he is riding the horse, but he's sitting on the horse more like it's a chair, and he's facing Ikara while the horse is going forward.
Just want to show off just a little bit.
No, I don't think I've ever seen Nuvian ride a horse like in a normal way.
You think he doesn't know how to ride a
I
horse?
kind of
now?
think maybe he doesn't know.
Nuvian!
But like, I'm too embarrassed to kind of tell. Oh, hi, Nuvian. How's it?
Nuvian, do you not know how to ride a horse normally?
Yeah, just
What
ask
do
people
you-
how to
Ask
ride
him
horses
this.
normally.
Not entirely sure what you mean.
Like, you're always sitting on horses weird. So,
This is how I ride a horse.
that is not how you ride a horse, Nuvian. That's not how normal people ride horses.
Well, it is.
If you don't mind, Elias started speaking to you. I don't mean to rush you, but this all feels rather trivial in comparison. What did you learn?
Oh, yes. Where can we, like, surrounding wise, where can we sit down and talk without?
I mean, you're just on the streets right now. The
Where-
best would
okay,
be
I'm
like
just
to
gonna sit-
back up slightly, back more towards Duranga's house. Would be the closest place.
Okay. Let's do that.
Let's just get out of the middle of the street.
Yeah. Okay. So you all go back a bit closer to his wide berth clearing around the peaks. Yes.
Are we being followed?
Ooh.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Can I also check for that?
Yeah.
Here comes the cascade of the "Are we being followed?" perception. They all roll.
So 22 for Catherine's hearing.
Hey, 22 for Nuvian.
That is a 12.
Nuvian and Achilles.
Yeah.
You both hear footsteps, a bit softer and gentler than those in your immediate vicinity, but you don't see anyone.
I will use message and message each one of the group members. We're being followed, but I can't see anybody. Question. Blind sense lets me feel invisible people.
Yep, 10 feet.
Yeah, as long as you go up to them.
Okay. Yeah, I just message everyone that like somebody's following.
Should I send them away?
But we don't know if they are helpful or hinder us. Distraction? Do we try go a different route? Do we split up? Do we ambush this person? I'm doing this all one by one via message.
We're being followed.
We're
being followed.
We're being followed.
Which direction does
I like
it
the
appear like
idea.
it's going from?
Behind you, like actually someone who is trailing you.
Mhm.
I'll say though that like basically you give the appearance that you're smoking something and covering it up, like
Yeah.
It's a really, really, really long cigarette. Really, really long. Really long. The area we're
smoke.
the area we're in, is it crowded, or are we like in are we in the back alley, or like what's around us at the moment?
you are in the sort of wide berth area around Duranga's cabin where no one wanted to construct anything too close to the peaks other than him. I mean, there's like hundreds of feet of space.
Is there any natural land formations here? Trees, rocks, hills?
There are some trees that appear relatively young. They look like they were probably planted, but there's only a couple of them.
I must admit, I'm not exactly in a pleasant mood at the moment. Um,
Well,
so if you
the
all
closer we
don't
get
mind,
to. Sorry.
if you all don't mind, perhaps we should deal with this problem now.
I was just thinking the farther we travel in this little clearing area, the more someone who wanted to follow us would have to risk making themselves seen.
Hmm.
This is up to you all.
Let me think about it. And Achilles will take out. I need to check the range. I think it's far. Oh no, I dropped my stylus pen. Hold on. It's either 90 or 150. They've got to double check. So he will sort of like loosen the lead doorstop from his belt.
Oh no.
Give me the range. It's
Oh,
60 feet. Did it sound as if this person was more than 60 feet away? Or
you're
did you
mute.
attack?
That level of precision is going to be real difficult given the circumstances.
Okay.
I mean,
All
what's
right.
the difference between 60 and 70 feet, really, with your hearing, you know?
True. Oh, well, okay. The object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in the direction that you choose. So he's going to go for it and see if it hits one of them.
Okay.
I
We're
will
just gonna-
cast catapult in the
Wait,
direction that I was going.
Wait, so
on
you're
my
a,
door.
you're attacking him?
I mean, it's not going to kill the person, but
It
they'll-
could.
So scaring them away, we're not sure if it's a benefit or a hinder, but they were going to hit him in the face. What the-
It could be a friend. Also, like, you could go straight through a
Okay,
house.
hold on. You all do not have time to talk Achilles out of this at length as he goes about casting this spell.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So if you want to try to rephrase your don't do it to like 3 syllables, let's do that. Otherwise, he's just going to cast.
So you, I mean, you've seen him use the lead doorstop, so you would know what he's doing.
Serena's probably like, chuck it.
No, wait. That's my 2 syllables.
Do it! Do it!
So now he's kind of like, Now I'm torn because I kind of would go with Serena.
As you hesitate, Nuvian, Achilles, you both hear the footfalls start to recede. Further away. Further away.
I'm gonna throw it.
Okay.
All right. In the direction I choose, the creature must make a dexterity saving throw. So if they're more than 90 feet, I guess it's gonna do nothing. But
you don't know if it hit them, but you do not see anyone appear.
Okay.
There are ways of maintaining invisibility through damage.
all right, I'm just gonna look towards Nubian and say, "Go to the lead doorstop. Go, run like the wind. Be free."
Can I check for like something that looks like it hit something? Like can I like see where it goes? Basically, I'm checking to see if it stops naturally or if it stops suddenly.
Follow the doorstop and see where it goes.
That I will use a Nuvian will use a key point to what's it called when the monk does it?
Tip of the wind.
Step of the wind.
Yeah,
With
well,
every encounter, the violence grows.
he will leap off the horse and then you step over the wind to dash in that direction.
Yes.
If it's fast enough without just doing that, then he will just do it that way. But if not, he can dash again.
I want to follow because
Yeah.
I'm going to simultaneously cast see invisibility on myself.
Ikara would have done the same the minute because
I would have done it when they got closer, but no, somebody had to catapult them.
They shot arrows, Catherine.
You have no proof. It could be a
What?
friendly.
What is the range on detect invisibility?
It is not detect. It is see invisibility. I have an hour. I can see things as if they were visible.
make a perception check.
Okay.
Follow the doorstop and see where it goes.
30,
'Cause
20.
with every encounter, the party's violence grows. You got how much?
Dirty 20.
Ooh, you just see the like fringes of a cloak disappear in the distance down the nearest like not really an alley but space between buildings.
Yeah. So I will mind link with Numian really quick and be like, hey, follow me, and I'm gonna try and follow. Or because Nubian will be faster, direct him where I see.
Ikaro was also
Mentally.
heading out at the same time because he was originally was going to roar before but he was saying that it would be a friendly. So now that now that this issue is happening, he said, "Okay, time to follow suit." So he's definitely
He's
taking-
like, we're throwing down. Okay, I'm
Hey.
gonna throw down. Let's go.
I was just hoping it would knock the person out. That was all.
Nezir feels like the lone peacekeeper in the world right now because like, no, do not kill anyone.
yeah.
Serena's like, throw it!
It's like, nah, do
Do
it.
it!
I'll say that in terms of trying to trace him, it's even though you're in an urban area, really still like a survival check. You're using survivalist skills. So whoever of the party wants to roll that, they can.
And
You wanna let me
Ikaro
do it?
picked me. It's up to you, Ev.
I've
We can do separate or give each other advantage or whatever.
I think we all can do it,
I
right?
mean, I'm pretty good at survival, but
I'm also
I don't
good at
know.
survival.
I don't know if thematically it makes more sense because I'm directing you, if it's something I'm doing or something you're doing or something each of us is doing.
I think
I
probably
know we can just make them separate.
yeah, separate.
Okay.
Zach, can I see where
Ooh.
my doorstop is?
Yeah, you can retrieve your doorstop.
Excellent.
That's a
I'm
four-
gonna, I need to start rolling for if this thing gets busted when it misses or something.
I mean, it won't take that. You've just got to figure
Although-
out how many hit points and their doorstop has, and I will subtract that. So don't worry.
Although, like genuinely, even if it shattered into two, then you just have two doorstop halves to fire at people. So it might be better, or at least fun.
Can
Yeah,
you
yeah.
catapult dust? You're really starting to make me think now.
Probably.
Like, can you
as
take
long
a
as it,
handful of sand and kind of like catapult it?
probably if it was to weigh like 5 pounds. No, it says an object. So technically speaking, that's a lot of objects.
It's true.
What if it is a bag of sand?
Like that.
With a
that
rip
I
in
can-
it.
Yeah, for sure.
I rolled a 12, by the way.
I got
Uh,
16.
16 as well.
So 16 is the highest that we got.
Mhm.
You are not able to locate and actually see him again. But you do locate his tracks and you're able to follow them. But having the advantage in this sort of chase, being invisible and not needing to wait to look for the tracks or the hint of movement, he's able to lose you all.
Can you describe the cloak to me? The cape, robe, whatever it was?
Yeah, it was purple. Seemed like some sort of fine purple silk. That's really all you get though, because like it was a flash of clothing.
Let us return. Ikaro.
Make me an intelligence check. Do you have like a keen mind feat or any sort of thing like that, Nezra?
No. I am
Okay.
not an
Make me an
intelligence-based
intelligence
person.
check.
I have observant if it counts.
Well, no, because you didn't act. You weren't. They were invisible, so you weren't able to actually see them.
11.
I had to try.
11. Okay.
I got a
It-
-1 for intelligence, so
The
Oh, same
cloak
here.
did not seem familiar from anywhere, so
okay. How far have we gone from the rest of the party? Like, was this a fairly quick chase where we're like, okay, no, we lost him? Or did it take a while going through the streets and stuff before we...
sorry, one more time.
Did we fairly quickly lose his trail, or did it take a while before we had to just kind of give up?
It took a while before you just sort of lost it. It was like, maybe not a master, but it was the sort of actions taken by a person trained in stealth. The path like circles and doubles over itself, and like it requires some level of like tracing to actually kind of like try to follow, and eventually you just sort of lose the path amongst itself.
Okay. Well, for whatever amount of time remains, I do have a full hour of see invisibility, so
Yeah,
I'll
I
be keeping
will.
my eyes peeled.
I will make myself a note on that.
So I guess we go back.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. Thank you, Akara, Nubian. Thank you.
Achilles will just be saying to Serena, I'm quite bothered I didn't hit anything. I was really hoping I could like knock somebody out, but
It's okay. If you want, like maybe when like a lot of this is over, we could like go throw things off like a bridge or something.
that sounds quite fun. Actually, I don't mind doing that. That sounds quite fun. I wasn't
Yeah.
planning on killing the person. I just
No, you wouldn't throw like something that. Well, we wouldn't throw your doorstop off
I
the
just
bridge.
if somebody is trying to like follow us, then why.
No. I think we'll talk about the throwing things off a bridge later. I think. We'll schedule it another day.
Make a day out of it. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
And look, here come the lads.
Serena, I have a question.
Yes.
Who in town dresses in purple? Or purple robes, cloaks, silks, maybe? Is there like a noble family or a guard, or is it part of like that whole business, High Lord business?
Would she know this information? Zach. Yes.
The question was about one of the High Lords.
Like, I guess what color, like purple, is associated with like maybe a noble house or any of the High Lords?
Purple is the primary color of the armies.
Okay.
That's like their primary color that they would use on their cloaks and their tabards. There might be a noble family who has the same colors as well, but none that like immediately spring to mind as must be that one. There are several.
Okay.
You, as I can infer from your picture, have been known to wear purple every once in a while as well.
Yes. She's actually gonna be like, well, other than myself,
But I am very sure that it wasn't me running around.
I was here. I told Achilles to throw the doorstop. So,
Yeah. Well,
the army is usually seen wearing purple.
I mean, it seems like a big deal, giant hundreds.
I will
of people.
allow all of you the intelligence check at this point.
Oh, okay.
Specific? Are we rolling like a history or?
No, just straight intelligence check.
Okay, gotcha.
You're trying to recall some of the.
Yep, that sounds about right. I have a 3. Big solid 3.
Got an 8.
That would be a 19.
Will Serena save the day? Yes, she will. You know, Serena, who else was wearing purple cloaks?
Oh,
Not the two girls, but the two noble boys who had been wearing swords that were hanging out with them at the ice cream shop. They had purple cloaks,
okay.
like you might see someone in the military wear.
Gotcha.
And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh.
these are your pens.
At the
Eric.
camera.
Thank you all for joining us.
Yeah.
And thank you all for playing.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for DMing.
Yeah. So
It was wonderful.
You're like through gritted teeth, like, thank you for
Thanks, sir.
I greatly appreciate your hard work.
well, I hope you all had a great time watching our episode 8 of It's Our World. So once again, if you'd like to talk about some of the content that you've seen here on stream, ask some of the players some questions regarding their characters, or perhaps give some fan art, you can join us at our Discord, which is located in the chat link below. The VOD for this channel, for this episode, will be up on Wednesday. Normally it's up around 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube. And if you join our Discord, you will definitely get a notification when that VOD is up. And we shall be here up again next Saturday for episode 9. We almost at the 10 episode mark. All right. Well, look forward to see you all soon. Everyone have a great day. Take care for now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.